What it do, what it do? It's your boy Dr. D with another movie review. Pointing off the screen. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford a big enough camera. So then I've done every video in the same shirt. Well, this movie review is gonna be on the latest Kingsman installment. I actually saw this when it came out in theaters and probably should have done a movie review back then. But it wouldn't have mattered because you don't need to go to theaters to see something this bad. It was not a great third installment on the Kingsman franchise. And the premise, which was basically around the induction of the Kingsman, whole freaking, secret agency. It was that's the premise. And the reason this movie was terrible was because, yeah, it's the premise, right? But it doesn't really, I can't tell you. I don't spoil movies. It's just, what was so terrible about this movie? It didn't really live up to the franchise. Like, there was never a moment where you were like, okay, these are the badass fight scenes I was expecting. I'm not ruining anything, mind you, but there was never that moment where you felt like, okay, this is where that Kingsman kick-assness came from. It never showed up. You were never like, that's where that came from. This movie sucked. And I waited a long time to tell you that. And it was terrible. Only reason I don't give it more than one thumb up and like give you a thumb down. I give it one thumb black guy, thumb up. You know what I'm saying? On the scale of 3, which is pretty bad because I even told you which one was worth seeing, but it was still terrible. There's a few movie reviews are worth watching when you get the time. But even told you some other ones got 2 and this one got 1, and it was just bad because, like I said, it never felt like they explained enough of really like where they came from. Like, it was just it was one of those origin stories that felt like forced. It didn't. I don't know a better way to explain how terrible this movie was without giving it away. It just felt like it was about the wrong things, or maybe the story just wasn't told the right way. But it was terrible. Like, it didn't even seem like you were watching a Kingsman movie. If you took this movie and stacked it against the rest of the franchise, this is only 3 movies long, so it's not a big scale to go on. I mean, the first one said it's kind of standard with, like, just gritty, fast-paced action, freaking awesomeness. It was just great. You know what I'm saying? It set a whole new precedent for fighting the same way the original Matrix movie set a whole new precedent for gunplay. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome. And the second one followed suit with it. You know what I'm saying? And really, to this day, there really has never been another little movie franchise that has taken how was besides Marvel with some of their movies, and not even Marvel. It was more of X-Men, but they've never been a movie where they've taken the fight montage and been like, okay, in this franchise, every freaking movie is gonna have a fight montage. I'm just gonna let you know, this one, it did live up to the expectations of the 3. I'm not going to say it didn't have a fight montage. I'm not spoiling anything by telling you that. but at the same time, the fight montages that you're used to doesn't live up to those expectations. That's why I'll tell you that. Well, that's why it let me down. That's my heart to heart on that one. And then I pray that when they make the next installment, which is going to be in the modern day, I assume, with the Kingsmen going to the Statesmen, or whatever the heck, however they want to do it. Jason Shane could be in that sequel. He likes to revive franchises, almost got the Rock level talent at doing it, which is pretty good praise on his part. Anyway, he would be nice for a sequel. Just make sure that you please bring back the awesome fight montage. The way it was awesome, because I'm trying not to give it away. It's just, that's the one thing I watch these dang movies for. Like, I don't know why. I would love to see a movie that was all fight montages. But they made sense. And there was just like maybe 15-minute skits to explain what's happening in between each fight montage. But I've never seen so many people in attendance to see even pretty decent fake fight movies. Like, if it's a good fight premise, it's good. And they messed this one up because they scuffed up the fight dance. See, that the movie is so famous for. I'm rambling. Anyway, I was so disappointed in this movie. Like, you can see how physically upset I am. Because I waited a long time for the sequel to this. And the original was awesome. And the sequel was worth the wait. And this sequel, Anyway, not worth watching. Skip to the next one so you can preserve the integrity of this installment. And just know, if you do watch this one so you can try and figure out how the Kingsman came to be, didn't make sense to me. Like I was saying, like and subscribe if you like the content and want more movie reviews. I'm giving the Kingsman's latest installment movie, which is, I don't even know, what was it called? Kingsman, let me see. I'm giving it one thumb, whatever the hell it was called. It's not worth seeing, it's terrible.